Yeah, this one's calling for a beer. I'm sitting in my truck, my freezing cold, out in the driveway truck. It's a snowstorm here in North Carolina. And I'm sitting in here for a reason. Because cold is pain to me. Cold is death. If there's no worse feeling in the world for me to feel is cold. The heat's not on. I'm intentionally inconveniencing myself in this video for a reason. It's the theme of this video. I can sit in the warmth of my house, maybe by a fireplace, and not have this here beer crystallize while I'm drinking it, but I'm choosing to torture myself and be inconvenienced by sitting in my freezing truck in the driveway. I have a horrible story to share with everybody. Yesterday, I was inconvenienced. I know. I was inconvenienced. So I live in North Carolina. It doesn't snow very much. And yesterday, we get our grocery order on Wednesday and they deliver it. It's just easier that way. So, in preparation for this storm, my wife said, well, I'm just going to have it come today, which was yesterday, because then we probably would be out of a lot of things that we wouldn't get today if we had the grocery order delivered today, because, everything shuts down here. In fact, things are really icing up. You can probably even hear the ice hitting my truck. And I have a lot of ice on the outside of my truck. You can see how miserable I am right now in this frickin' cold. So I was inconvenienced yesterday because this little snow here becomes this. And our order keeps getting delayed. Shortage of staffing, and then people doing their order for, they're going to wait 15 minutes. So guess what happened? The person was texting my wife, calling my wife, who's, the person that's supposed to be bagging and preparing everything. You see how miserable I am in the cold? Because basically they said that because of this minor snowstorm today, which is going to be a little bit of ice and maybe 3 inches of snow, everyone was in the store buying up everything. Shelves were starting to go bare. And they said, we don't have this item. Now we don't have that item. There were certain meats we couldn't get because people were panic buying and buying everything. Buddy of mine calls and says, hey, do you have enough gas in your vehicles? Well, I'm always prepared. I said, I am. He said, because I went to the gas station and they don't have any gas. So do people really live like this? You have no supplies. Your fridge is empty. Your car's out of gas. All the time. It should be a wake-up call for you. So I was inconvenienced. I didn't get my avocados. I didn't get my eggs. My wife didn't get certain meats that she wanted for the week. Who knows when the next time we'll be able to get those items. It's a good thing we have enough to get by. I don't know why people think they're going to be stranded in your house for 6 weeks and run out of food and water and everything else for a little snowstorm. Why don't you look at these two videos? What do you see the squirrel doing? The squirrel's bearing a nut. You know why the squirrel's bearing a nut? Because it's animal instinct to prepare for scarcities of food. Have a means of having and knowing where your next meal is going to come from. What's the squirrel doing right now? Squirrel's building a nest. Why is the squirrel bearing food and building a nest? In preparation, again, to know where its next meal is coming from and to build a habitat for its family, because it knows it's going to have babies and it needs a place to live. So this is natural human instinct, animal instinct. You want to be able to have a means to defend yourself. whether it's build your nest way up high, or have venom because you're a snake, or have quills because you're a porcupine, or have a frickin' gun and know how to defend yourself. So if you're really that unprepared, and this is your fridge, and you behave this way in a store, man, society's got problems. You're probably the same people that talk about preppers. Sounds like a crazy word, doesn't it? Preppers. In this video, we're just going to call them the prepared. So when people talk about preppers, it's probably the same people that are unprepared that make fun of the prepared. You had this image in your head of what a prepared person looks like, and you consider it some kind of extreme right-wing crazy mentality to be of the prepared, because we're not going to use the other word. There's a lot of people out there that are prepared. They're prepared mentally, physically. Their home is secured. They have multiple ways to defend themselves, whether it's with their own body or weapons. You keep medical supplies on hand because in the event there's scarcities and you get injured, you want to be able to take care of yourself. You should have medical supplies. A lot of people out there hunt. You know, maybe you know that the meat can be scarce at some point. If you're paying attention to the news and you hear about chickens being slaughtered and cow farts are going to destroy the whole fucking planet, and all of a sudden billions and billions of cows all of a sudden die. That's just adding 2 plus 2. That's not being a conspiracy theorist. Maybe you hunt for your food, okay? And then you take that meat from that deer or that boar and you process it and you freeze it. You're just being prepared for food shortages for whatever reason. So now you've got your medical supplies, you have your food because you hunt, you have a stash. You also have additional means to defend yourself. You keep lights on outside your house to deter foxes. Or maybe two-legged feral beings that might want to cause you harm and take everything you own. So in addition to keeping your house well lit, locked up, and secured, some people have firearms. It's great. You know, all it is another skill to have, just in the event. We all know. If you watch my channel, it's all about guns, ammunition, ballistics, etc. I know it's probably never going to happen. No one's ever going to break into my house. There's not going to be 37,000 tactical dudes that look like this guy breaking into my house and doing close quarters combat training trying to kill me. It's not going to happen. I know that. But in the event some meth head or bad actor decides they want to break into my house, yeah, there's lights all around, there's cameras up. Well, I won't give anything else away, but you're going to be scared off in the middle of the night before you even gain entry to my house, and you're going to think someone already shot at you, and everything will be recorded, and you're going to have to make a lot of noise to get in at that point. Then you have additional interior things to negotiate, and then finally you're going to have me. And maybe you have these guns because we all know that shit like this happens. We also know shit like this happens.
Invasion like nothing you've ever seen. 3 robbers caught on camera breaking and running rampant. About a minute later.
So now, anyone out there who is amongst the prepared, do not be hard on yourself. Do not think there's something wrong with you. Do not believe in the labels that there's something mentally wrong with you. You're far right extremist people. It's human and animal nature to be prepared and defend yourself. And to see what I had to see and go through what I had to go through, you know, no gas, food's running out at the grocery stores because of a little snowstorm. And then on top of that, no one's prepared. Everyone's fat and lazy. Well, I guess I won't say everybody, but we all know that's a good amount of the population. You're screwed. If a little snowstorm makes you react this way, you're doomed. Okay? You need to train. You need to train physically. You need to mentally prepare for things. You need to exercise. You need to eat right. Keep your head on a swivel. But common sense will tell you, keep your car full of gas. Don't go to a gas station at 2 in the frickin' morning. I wanted to make this video for those two reasons. This video shows how a lot of people react when they're just inconvenienced. It also shows how unprepared a lot of people are. And lastly, it just talks about how you should not feel bad or ashamed because you are among the prepared. It didn't bother me at all last night. It didn't bother my wife at all either. We just went without our food items that we just really wanted and appreciated. That's it. Simplify. Yep.